Hey everybody, it's DJ Marcus. I'm coming to you once again from the dotComedy Studios. We're going to have a whole lot of fun this week. The dotComedy team is back again in the Howard County Studios, and we're going to have a blast with you. So sit back, have a laugh with us on the dotComedy Podcast. And welcome one and all to another edition of the dotComedy Podcast. I am your host, DJ Marcus, and you are joining me live on Facebook Live at the dotComedy Studios or on the www.dotcomedy.us, SoundCloud, and anywhere you find your local podcast, you find us, the dotComedy team. And I'm joined this week and every week by my boy, Joey LaFaro. Joe, say hello to people.
You know, earlier this week, I was kind of down. And then...
Why?
Because, you know, life. Then, nothing happened. I'm still down.
Still down?
Trying to get up.
Okay.
Trying to get up. Trying to get up to the next day.
Okay.
Hope it's going to be better.
I don't know what the fuck is going on with you.
That was a little Ray Lewis.
Was that Ray Lewis? And we also have our assistant associate intern himself, Big Bad Blue. Blue, say hello to the people.
Hello to the people. What's going on, guys?
And this week, we are joined by one of the funniest men in the DMV, Baltimore's own Mr. Tommy Sinbazo.
Hey guys, Tommy Sinbazo. How you guys doing? I'm so excited to be here.
That's right, sir. We're happy to have you here. And we're going to have some fun this week, man. Crazy shit going on in the world.
Yeah.
And we're going to kick this thing off with what's going on with us. Joey?
Yes.
Since the last time we had a dotComedy podcast, which was the episode with the Fighters Block, shout out to Jesse Reeves and Joe Gilpin on the Fighters Block podcast, hanging out with us. Your team lost, didn't they? They lost the championship, right? The insertion.
Well, we didn't make it to the championship.
Didn't make it. Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't make it.
That's why I was down. I forgot why. Thank you for reminding me.
There you go. I have to. You know me. I have to remind you of your failures. That way, you can do better next time.
That's what roommates are for.
That's what roommates are for.
That's what roommates are for.
You know what I didn't hear leading into this particular playoff for once?
What?
That I was still going to be a champion no matter what happened.
You know what? I didn't get a chance to give you that pep talk before, because every time he goes, like since we moved in together, actually before we moved in together, every time he goes and plays in a playoff or championship game, I say, hey, no matter what happens, you're still a champion to me. Oh. And that way
So
I boost him up a little bit.
Participation trophy.
Yes.
It's not.
Just the big black participation trophy.
He's doing that Goodwill Hunting bullshit. Like they did in Family Guy, where Brian goes, or Stewie goes to Brian. He's like, "It's not your fault."
It's not your fault, man. It's not your fault. It's not your fault, man.
Don't do this to me, man.
It's not your fault, man. It's not your fault.
No, man, it's not cool.
It's so fun. But at the end of the day, hey, Joey, you're still a champion to us at dotComedy.
You know who I am? Found out this week, I'm Mr. Voice.
Mr. Voice.
That is the title I was bestowed upon me by a random person at the physical therapy office.
Okay.
Really?
And I am keeping that title.
You're keeping it? Why are you keeping it?
Because wouldn't I?
What if Mr. Voice went on The Voice?
I mean, who knows?
Who knows what could happen?
They could turn the chair around and be like, oh.
Here's the thing.
And then you'll be like, hey, you're still a champion.
Damn it.
That's perfect.
Tommy's too quick for the show.
He is. He's far better than most of our guests, especially old Mike B.
He gets the show. That's the problem. You're better. He's better at this than we are.
Yeah.
No, but it's funny because like I've been thinking that since I saw that viral video where the kid was, it was like the BBC version of Britain's Got Talent or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And they had that kid who was singing the Wrecking Ball and all the voices.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, fuck that kid. I can do half those impressions better than him.
Okay.
And I'm like,
Did they turn? Was it Britain's Got Talent?
yeah.
And they did it, and did they get like immediately buzzing? No, he made it through.
He made it through. And he was just doing like he was singing Wrecking Ball, but he was doing it in like different impressions.
Like who are they doing? Like which impressions?
Maybe like Kermit and Mickey Mouse. And
Yeah.
all the same ones. All the ones I've done on this show.
Did he do like a Christopher Walken?
I don't know if he did Christopher Walken. I could do Christopher Walken.
Let's hear your horrible Christopher Walken. Everyone's got one.
Everyone, that's true.
Well, you know.
Yep, there it is.
Sometimes.
You didn't even try on that one.
Sometimes it's me, Christopher Walken.
He always goes into that deep part at some point.
Yeah.
I'm out of practice. I need to work on it.
You need to work on it.
I need to work
you're
on
walking-
That's always the story. It's like I'm always almost there because I don't work on any of my impressions.
I mean, your Christopher Walken's like 90% there.
It used to be better. It
Yeah.
used to be better when I was doing it more consistently, and then I stopped doing it.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see that.
Mm.
But you also got to start doing comedy again. seeing
That's
how you
true.
just-
That is true.
Being funny on the dotComedy podcast gets you nowhere, except for listeners and followers on
Our listeners and
Instagram and
followers
Facebook.
clearly tune in
Yeah.
to hear me do goofy voices.
No, they
every
fucking
week.
don't.
No, we
They
don't.
do not.
That's what
Nobody does.
Haven't
That
you
was a
seen
bold-faced fucking lie? You know what they tune in to do? They tune in to see me do this, and I was suggested to do this today. I don't know why. I have to do it. It was suggested by me to do.
Suggested by you.
To me to do.
Oh,
So
okay.
Maserati Mark told you to
Yes,
do that?
Maserati Mark looked in the mirror and told me what to do, and I had to do that. I had to pat my head and rub my stomach.
You can have T-shirts made of you patting your head,
There you
and
go.
that'll sell. And then you'll be like, "I love Joey's crappy impression T-shirt."
Yeah.
on the back it'll say Joey's impressions are great. And it's me doing like that.
Yeah, and it's you like this, going, "Still a champion."
Perfect. But I think that's
Done.
we need new merch idea. New merch idea.
Yeah.
Oh man, but anything else going on with you, Joe, this week?
Not a thing. Oh, well, I will be. No. Well, I'm trying to decide because like it's between. I'm trying to remember when our next show is, and if I don't want to plug something, it's next Friday. Next Friday, I will be doing stand up.
This show will be posted tomorrow.
I know that it's also live. So,
Yes.
but I also think we might have another show before then. But
Okay.
so I know there's that factor too.
Okay. Next
I'm just-
Friday. Friday what? What's the date? Damn
Next
it.
Friday's the 15th.
Friday
Yeah.
the 15th.
There
Okay.
we go. Friday the.
I took off work to go see the new Star Wars at 8-something in the morning.
Okay.
That's
Oh, that's
how
right.
you
That's
remember
what
the
it comes
date.
out.
It's very early to do mushrooms, but I'm doing mushrooms.
Hey, that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
So you'll be back on the stage on the 15th.
I will.
Who will you be with?
Mr. Alex Starr at Fire Station 1 in Silver Spring.
The Starstruck
nice.
production.
Another Starstruck production.
All right, man. Alex Starr, homeboy. Shout out to Alex Starr. Gave me my first big break, DJing in the dark in a corner at Fire Station 1. And I was happy to be there because at the end of the
Really?
day,
The first big break?
well, my first big break was with dotComedy, the company that I co-own. So I mean, yeah, it was breaking myself. Yes, it's fantastic. Did you want credit for that, Joey? Did you want credit? Is that what happened? I didn't give you credit. I didn't give you enough fucking credit.
Yes.
Okay, fuck you, Joey. That's the credit I give you. Fuck you, Joey. All right, but
That's generally what I expect.
oh man, but this week DJ Marcus had nothing going on. I had the best nothing week ever. I worked so fucking much that I had nothing to do at all.
I love it when you got a week of nothing.
Week of nothing. I didn't DJ anywhere. I didn't mix anywhere. The DJ Marcus Funk Friday Funktastic has been postponed to 2018. We have been postponing this for 2 years. It will eventually happen. I have
Did you
actually.
do your ex-hamster naked cast?
It was while you go on vacation. I guarantee I'm gonna do it this time.
From his bed.
From his seat.
Ooh.
I'm gonna transport all my stuff to his seat, and I'm gonna sit there butt naked and spin records with my dick out.
Rub your asshole on his mic, and then he'll get pink eye.
That's about right.
Yeah. I
I
can
will
see that.
chart on your keyboard.
You know what? I saw a post where you were sitting at my desk, and you told the world you were naked. Now I didn't mention this post over the last 3 weeks since it happened because I was really upset by it, and I didn't want to bring up old stuff and piss everyone off and make everybody feel uncomfortable. But I want everyone to know I had sex in your bed.
Ooh. With a woman?
No,
Uh-oh.
with
Whoa.
Wait.
With a doll?
I had sex alone.
You fucked my pillow?
With a,
You better not have fucked my fuck
he
pillow.
fucked
Your
all
fuck
your
pillow.
socks.
I fucked your fuck pillow.
Not
The
your
one
waifu.
Damn it, Marcus. That's my soft Irene.
That's the third
Soft
waifu.
Irene.
the third waifu that's going to leave him. The Pillamoni alone's going to
Gonna put him in the poorhouse. Oh my god.
The Pillamoni and his mattress payments are going to put him in the poorhouse.
Oh Jesus. Yes, I did have sex in your room.
That's why my sheets smelled weird.
Yep.
Did you ever fuck in your parents' bed?
Yes.
Yeah.
God, no.
No, you didn't?
Actually, I fucked in my. Actually, I don't want anyone to.
I fucked in your walk-in closet.
My daughter goes in there.
Oh. Awkward.
It's not where you're supposed to do that type of shit, Joe. I told you not to do that shit in my room. I locked my door for a reason.
You know what you should do? Get virtual reality goggles, right? Watch virtual porn in his room, because by the end of it's like being spun for pin the tail on the donkey, and you have no idea where you come.
Oh, so
there's just a little.
Yeah, I let Blue do that. In his room.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Fuck you both.
Yeah, he played pin the cum on your carpet.
Fuck you both. I'm moving out. That's it. I'm breaking the lease.
Because Blue likes to wear his phone on his face.
What can I say?
Yes.
Hey, if you ain't virtual porn's pretty good.
Yeah, it really is.
Remember when that was a thing where we were mad about the virtual phone?
I'm still mad about it.
Now they sell them for $7 at Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, what? I remember when this was actually important that people were like, oh, man, I could wear a virtual reality set on my face, and this was important technology. It's $7 2 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Google had a thing where you could you mail them $1, and they would send you a cardboard box that you could put in and hold it on your face.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was the dumbest thing. You were charging $25 to wear a phone on your face.
Yeah,
But now it's
the only other thing that's different is the PlayStation View, or what's it called? The one that Facebook owns.
Do they own the Oculus?
Yeah, the actual $300 Oculus. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't want to wear something that turns my environment into some other environment, because I'm still in that environment, right? Like there's still a wall.
You lock your door.
Yeah.
That's how you jump through
Always
your
lock
window.
your door, because
Always
if
lock
someone
your door.
comes in and you're naked in the middle of the room, hunkered over, just you got HD headphones in, going to no one's going to stop you. They're going to film you.
Exactly.
And then I'm going to sue you later because you made me uncomfortable. Because much like Al Franken, you beat off in my presence.
I'm worried about
I
walking
didn't
into
want you
things
to.
and having an injury that I have to explain.
You have to have a clean space. Like you
Just
make
do it
like a
on your
playpen.
I don't
Do it
want
on
a
your
left-facing penis
I don't.
because I ran into something.
On the bed is weird because then you have to scoot around on your bed
Well, if
to
you're
look
like-
around.
Yeah, if you're just sitting there, or you just move
Blue
your
has
head.
done this. Here's the thing. Blue has done this. He
I
has
have.
mastered this out. You've mapped
I
this out?
have. I've done it. I've done it twice.
Today.
No, I was at work today.
There must be so
So
many.
you did it
like,
3
Oh,
times
man,
today.
You're getting fired.
There must be so
now.
many cum-filled hairballs that cats cleaned up.
How often is the cat taken to the groomers?
Have you ever been
Never.
you ever been
Never.
jerking off on your bed wearing your
It's like,
virtual reality
you wouldn't-
headset and you
'cause-
feel a sandpapery tongue on your dick?
No, because you know why? Because I kicked the cat out. I
Oh,
kicked
nice.
the cat out I kicked the cat out before
You don't
I do
want
that.
anything with
Yeah.
claws in
Well,
the
that's a
area
good
of your
thing.
dick.
Yeah.
It's a good thing because
No.
my cat doesn't have claws.
When
My
he's
puppy
done-
smelled my dick today, and I didn't know how to feel about it.
I had a dog run up and smell my dick a
Dogs
couple
always
weeks
do that.
ago.
Were
and
you
I
naked?
No, I wasn't naked. I had clothes on, but she was burying her nose right in my dick, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about this right now.
Nice.
Does my dick stink, or does it smell like a dog's dick?
It smells interesting. That's all you need.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
No, I
It's
don't
an
want my
interesting
dog. I don't
smell.
want
It
my
might
dick
are
smelling
into that.
interesting.
What if your dick smelled like a cat shit? It's like,
So like cat shit,
oh
like
my
Blue's.
God, is
Yeah.
there cat shit?
What if it smelled like another dog and it wanted to mark its territory, so it peed on your dick?
Get on my dick. Yes,
Mm,
Don't do
No.
that. Don't do that. No.
it's inappropriate. No,
that's
that made me saying no the whole time.
No!
Blue, anything? You do anything this week, Blue?
Not really.
Okay, good. All right. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a break. All right. This is the quickest. Actually, not. It's actually
One of the
on
quickest-
time. No, this is on time
Oh,
for
this
our
is
first
on
segment.
Mm.
Okay.
Our first segment normally runs about 15 minutes, and we're at 14:39.
Nice.
shit.
So we did a yeoman's job here, and we're gonna take a break, and we're gonna sit and have a quick conversation with Mr. Tommy Sinbazo,
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
because we've never met you before.
no, I'm
Well,
a stranger.
I have.
Well, he
What's
has.
going on, Chris?
Okay, Blue saying hi to people.
Oh, hey, what's up, Chris? Chris the board used to
Yeah,
be
Chris.
Batman.
Yes.
Yes.
Chris DeBoer, former dotComedy alum.
Yeah, and Batman, former
And
Batman.
And Batman at Six Flags.
We haven't had Chris on in the new studio.
Yeah, he needs to come down to the new studio. All right, but we're going to take a break on the dotComedy podcast. We'll be back in a minute with more. Hey, see ya. And this segment of dotComedy podcast is brought to you by Fighters Block. That's right, Jesse Rivas and Joe Gilpin come to you each week in the world of combat sports. That's MMA, boxing, and all other combat sports you can think of. Fighters Block. See them each week. Jesse Rivas, Joe Gilpin on Fighters Block. And we're back on the dotComedy podcast. I am DJ Marcus, and you are joining me in the dotComedy North Studios. I'm joined by Joey LaFaro.
I need to learn French again.
Why?
Because my girlfriend passed her test today.
Okay.
So congratulations, baby. You did it. But she has friends that speak other languages, and now I don't know what they're saying. And now I'm tagged on the post, so I keep seeing these things, and I'm like, this better not be nothing. Like, I would be able to, if it was English, I'd know who the creepers are, who to watch out for, but I don't know.
That's what Google translates.
Yeah, you can just hit the translate button.
You can hit C translate. It's not on your computer? No. Pull up on your phone, I'm guaranteed it's there.
It's either on your phone, or you can take the URL for the post and throw it into Google Translate.
No. It says translated from Spanish, and it says Linda as always. Who's Linda? That doesn't make any sense.
Oh man, and we're joined by Joey.
You take each of them, you put them into Google Translate. It'll tell you. Jason
Big Bad Blue.
What's going on?
And this week's special guest, Mr. Tommy Sinbazo.
Hey guys, Tommy Sinbazo here.
That's right. So we're gonna have a relaxing moment.
Okay.
All right.
It's real chill.
It's gonna breathe.
Let's see. What can I play to set the mood? I can't think of anything right now, so we're just gonna talk.
Okay, all right, cool.
I was scrolling through very slowly and went, fuck that. I have 10,000 songs on my computer.
Mm-hmm.
If I really tried to find, I could find something.
Wait, I got the keys.
Is that why we have the old intro song this week?
No.
So you said fuck it again.
Oh yeah, because you get on my nerves. You told me not to play it again, and much like most things in our life, I don't listen to you.
I'm just echoing the sentiment of our listeners.
Who has said they didn't want to hear our song?
Plenty. I get feedback.
How about they send feedback to me?
Is it from your girl?
Is it in French?
Yeah.
It's not.
Please no more. The song that you play.
And we're joining here in the dotComedy studios, Mr. Tommy Sinbazo.
Does he mean keys of Coke?
I think so.
Oh my God.
Probably.
I thought this was going to be Missy Elliott, who got the keys to my Jeep. This was a response to that.
Well, he said, he's got the keys. He's just jumping in the back of the Jeep with the Coke. That works fine for me.
This is about drugs.
Tommy. Now, I don't think I've formally met you. Did Tommy do any of that comedy shows?
He was our host. I'm sorry, you were our judge for one of our competitions.
Yes, he was a judge.
At Sonoma's.
I don't think we met formally. So formal meeting.
How are you?
I'm DJ Marcus.
Nice to meet you.
All right, good to meet you. And welcome to my home in the dotComedy studios.
It's very nice. It's a very odd neighborhood.
It is a strange neighborhood.
Yeah, your fences are big as shit out here. What are you hiding?
We're hiding the family from fences. There's Denzel Washington behind our next door neighbor's fence, yelling at his child and beating him profusely because he couldn't make the football team. But Tommy Sinbazo, Baltimore legend, as it were. I like to think so because everywhere I turn, I hear the name Tommy Sinbazo.
I'll take it.
And when we were doing regular shows, I'd always hear your name come up, and I go, "All right, cool. He seems like a pretty funny guy." I'd see some of your stuff out there on YouTube. Get a couple bits I've seen on YouTube. And again, I've never met you, so I want to know about you.
Okay, what do you want to know?
Okay,
I'm an open book.
Okay, how long you been doing comedy?
I did 8 years improv, and this is my 10th year doing stand-up.
Okay,
so 18. I count them both.
Both.
Yeah. 18 years.
18 years.
Yeah.
My goodness, how old are you, Tommy?
I just turned 40 this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now those numbers make sense.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't look 40.
No, thank you.
You look about as young as I do.
Yeah, well, whack don't crack.
I can see. Okay, so Tommy, what would you say your style of comedy is?
Storytelling. I lean heavily on improv because I like. I have a general skeleton structure of the jokes I want to hit, and usually I'll lead into my material by doing crowd work.
Okay.
And then sometimes that'll take me into tangents where I end up with all new material based off that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So who are some of your comedic influences?
Like Eddie Izzard, Steve Martin when I was a kid, Robin Williams, the late Kevin Meaney. Yeah, pretty much that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Just high energy.
All right. Good, man. Yeah. So tell me about Tommy. Okay. Tommy does a lot of things.
I do. Yeah. I have to stay busy.
I hear your name on a lot of things.
Yeah. I have my fingers in a lot of pots.
You got a lot of pots going. Yeah. You got a lot of pots cooking right now.
Yeah.
So what is Tommy up to right now?
Right now I'm with Die Laughing Productions, where we do the murder mysteries with like Rob and Joe and Justin Schlegel from 98 Rock.
Yeah.
We're actually going to do a 2-week tour of military bases in the Middle East and Africa.
Okay.
Second week of January.
Okay.
So if any of your listeners are in the Middle East,
who the hell knows?
You know, we had a very international audience when we first started out. We were surprised because everyone thought we were like local, and then we looked and like most of our listeners aren't from around here.
Yeah.
With our podcast, because I also do the Laugh Finder podcast, which is 5 geek comics and an NPR radio host and a weekly guest.
Okay.
And we play Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, that's always fun.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, and it's all just us busting each other's balls and everything. Like, matter of fact, Dorian Gray, comedian Dorian Gray, he's our DM. Like, he runs the game.
Okay.
And he's actually had private messages like, we need to play more of the game. You guys are just fucking bullshitting way too much. But when we first started advertising, like doing advertising on Facebook, we were getting all these hits in like Sri Lanka. Yeah, and northern South Africa.
Yeah,
and it turns out those are just click farms. That it's just
really?
They're eating up your money by just clicking and interacting with the post.
Oh,
really?
Yeah. Interesting.
Okay.
So now you know that.
Now I know that.
Yeah.
So all those were shams.
Shams.
Yeah.
Yes.
At first we thought these poor South Africans were using our podcast to learn English.
Yeah. I thought they were just playing it in a classroom.
Have you heard the newest episode of Laugh Finder?
Oh man. So
that's actually a better South African impression than Marcus's.
Let me hear your South African impression.
Marcus doesn't have a
I don't have a South
African.
African. I have an African impersonation. It sounds. Okay. I don't want you to understand. You don't have to understand me, but you have to know me. Yeah. If you know me, you will love me because I am me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to rub Joey's back. And I'm going to make him feel every bit is special because you know what I do. I massage. I massage his back in his lower. Sensual massage. He even may get a happy ending.
No.
Eat on that, watermelon motherfucker. Yeah. I'll pay you back eventually.
I'm glad you caught up 3 weeks later.
Yes, damn right. I always come back later. You know me. But
that watermelon's still there.
It's still fucking there. There's a watermelon.
It's not watermelon season. How long has that watermelon been there?
That watermelon's been there since freaking Halloween.
Which is older, that watermelon or the bag of now and laters?
The bag of now and laters.
Oh. It's close though.
It's close. Yeah, it's close. They're probably all stale. Everything on that counter is probably stale right now.
Yeah, they're sellies.
The one thing that actually has been there, the thing that's been there the longest is the box of saltwater taffy from Candy Kitchen.
Yes.
That's been there for probably about 4 months.
Yeah.
4 or 5 months at least.
Why is the watermelon on top of the box,
Joe? Gift. You don't throw away gifts.
You don't throw away gifts. You just share them with your friends and family.
And you just let your gift rot in the kitchen. It's exactly.
The watermelon was a gift.
Taffy rot?
No, the watermelon.
The watermelon was because that was my girlfriend's response to Marcus's African impression.
Yes.
That was what she thought of his impression.
Because at the end of the day, if you want to really piss off a black man in America, what you do is you go to the grocery store and you get him a watermelon and you sit it in his kitchen, and then he comes home, and when he sees it, he goes into a rage. Because all of the rage of all of the oppression that his people have gone through for so many years will come to the surface, and he will be upset. But he will hold it in because he does not want to be the angry black man.
You had to pretend like that didn't get to you?
I had to pretend for
I would have just eaten the shit out. I love watermelon.
I love watermelon too. It's sad. I love watermelon and fried chicken. I'm not even gonna fucking lie.
Yeah, who doesn't love fried chicken?
Those are the greatest fucking foods ever, and they made them racist for no reason at all because everyone loves the same stuff.
White people could have been known for watermelon and fried chicken.
I hate watermelon.
Why?
I just don't like it.
But it's because you're Italian.
A melon. It's good for you.
I don't like
delicious.
melon. Well, I don't like melon mostly, but also I like tangy.
If you eat enough of it, and by enough of it I mean half a large watermelon in one sitting, when you shit, you think that pieces of your stomach are flying out.
Yeah.
It is not. It's not pretty.
Fun.
No. Because I've done that.
It'll clean you out.
Yeah, I actually. I had to
cleanse.
I had to call my fiance, but like something is wrong with me. Large chunks of pink came out of me.
Apples will do that too.
How many apples are you eating?
No, I don't remember. There's still a lot left in that Costco box.
Yeah, there's
that's like a. I can't even just. It's like a hydroponic pod.
Yeah.
Apple. That's how they take apples to space.
That's how they sell them at Costco.
I mean, like I've had I think the equivalent of 2 or 3 beets in a sitting.
Oh yeah.
And you start you piss and it's like shit. I'm pissing blood.
Yeah.
There was a. I've been binge watching Portlandia.
I like how you go.
Yeah.
So we don't have.
I'm not enjoying it.
Why are you binge watching?
Because at work, I have a desk job during the day.
Okay.
And I need something to occupy my mind while I'm mindlessly working. Okay. So I just have Portlandia on Netflix, just
playing
burning through episodes, and every time I'm like. But there was an episode where they were 911 operators, and every call was, "Hello, yes, did you eat any beets?" And then it just kept going. "Hello, it's beets."
Oh man! But
would you mind if we asked you what your day gig is?
No, I don't care. I'm a CAD designer for an engineering firm.
Oh, that's
Okay.
cool. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's very awesome, man. But anything else going on with you, man? I know you got the murder mystery.
Yeah.
I know you got the podcast.
I do leather work. I do.
Really?
He does.
I used to LARP. I used to do live action role playing for 11 years, and so I've built 3 suits of steel armor and a suit of leather. I was in a cult.
Wait,
what kind of life have you led?
It's a LARP thing, man.
So is Renaissance Fair season season?
It is. It used to be. This
Renaissance's life.
Last year I didn't really. Well, I made a dragon 2 years ago.
Oh.
And so that
I'm not
was
really
kinda
into it
cool.
anymore. I just made a dragon this year.
No, but Ren Fair, when you go, that's when you get to go and you get to dress in your fighting clothes,
Right?
And then you get to go and it's a different ball game when you're dressed as one of them, because then you're not on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
You're in on everything.
You're in on the joke.
And there's a LARP bar at the White Hart Tavern down by where the elephants are.
Oh yeah.
That's where all the live action role players all hang out. So you can go there and you run into ex-girlfriends and everything, and you just get drunk.
That's it. I mean, I usually go with some friends from.
Are there
my
old
office.
arguments that haven't been settled?
Oh yeah, there's
Bar
people
battles?
there there's that fucking Baron.
The Baron spell.
Fuck you, Steve. You know that spell was illegal.
But there was this one. I want to tell you guys about this, right?
Okay.
LARPing, sometimes there's all sorts of different organizations, right?
Okay.
And each organization has its own rules for combat, like how you fight and everything.
All right.
There's ones that are foam-based, where you have a foam shield. And
That's
you
with
have
the big swords, right?
Yeah. And you wear real armor, and you have foam weapons, which, when I mean foam, I mean it's only padded so that you're not breaking bones. You'll still bruise.
Yeah.
But and you can go all out, you
Yeah.
can football tackle and everything and take people down. And there's Darkon and Dagger here do that, right? And then you have there's one called the SCA, the Society of Creative Acronyms, which just means hobbies.
Acronyms.
But that one you wear full field armor, you're dressed like a knight, and that's for protection, because you're fighting. You have a plywood shield, and you have a rattan stick that you fight with, right? Or this one time they gave me a hammer to use, and they took a steel belted radial tire and put it into a vise and flattened it, then folded that over and flattened it, folded that over and flattened it till
Like
it
a
was
Japanese
the size,
sword?
Yeah, till it was the size of a hammerhead. And so this thing was it was a tire on the end of a stick, basically. It still had all the mass, and you could hit someone with and they would crumple under their shield. But the battles were absolutely insane because what they would
have to go watch one of these.
Oh, you got it. But in Western Pennsylvania, they have a 2-week-long event called Pennsic.
I've heard of this.
Yeah, and over 10,000 people attend. 4,000 people fight. So you have teams of 2,000 versus 2,000. Like they have a guy on the side with a cannon and a guy playing a bagpipe.
What world is this?
Yeah, this is white people world.
Is this Mordor?
We need the Levitard show sounder.
No, here's the thing.
We need it.
I used to work for a place called Wave Integrations, and my bosses, like there was a week where there was so much extra work to do because our bosses took off for like a week to go do exactly that.
Yeah.
And we're like, what the hell? They're like, they're going to go fight in medieval armor. Like, what?
Yeah. You fight, like, because all day you fight, right? And but then at night, like the whole place, there's 10,000 people you need to pay to get in. So you have a pass. So it becomes this town. And in the middle of it, like in the middle where the tents are and everything, it's like this large Renaissance festival. So after you're fighting, you take a horse bath, with just like wet naps or whatever. Then you put on your finest garb and you go into town, and there's like Moroccan restaurants and like vendors and everything. And then at night, there's an area down by the swamp they call the bog, and that's where all the parties are. Okay. And the parties are fucking insane. Like there's a party called Heaven and Hell, which so many people are trying to get into this camp that smaller parties just break out in the line. Okay. There's one called Rogues versus Beer, where this group called the Rogues, they buy like 20 kegs, and then they have from sundown to sunup the next day to kill all the kegs.
Wow.
There's another one called Sin Night, where that shit gets weird. But there's a party called...
That gets weird.
There's a party called Men Without Pants. All right, hear me out. Without pants means you can't wear...
Can they dance if they want to?
Yeah. You can't wear pants or underwear. You can wear a long tunic. You can wear a kilt. You can wear a toga or whatever. You just can't wear pants or underwear. Women can just walk right up and go right in. Men have to get in a line, and you have to walk this gauntlet of women that have volunteered to check. And they put their hand up the back, and they'll feel your ass, and they'll go, "Permission to check the front, my lord." And you're like, "Yeah, all right." And then they reach around, they play with your dick and balls, and then you move on to the next one.
You got to reach around for the Renaissance thing.
And I know what you're thinking. These women must be hot.
No.
No, these are Renaissance fair chicks
Yes,
with the corsets and the giant boobs and pasty whiteness.
No, these are these women's elderly grandparents.
Oh, no.
That stroke your nutsack like a wizard's beard. But there was one night we went to this party, and meanwhile, while you're walking, these people at the front, like I said, people are there for 2 weeks. It's 1 week a year. These people pay dues to be in their own group and everything. And at the very beginning of the road leading in, there's a storage facility. And people will actually store elements to build like mock fronts, like gates. And so, like this one group, they're all pirates, and they actually build a pirate ship. And you have to walk up the plank and then down the plank into their thing. Wow. There's ones where it looked like stone, almost like a cathedral church with stone facade walls with stained glass windows with like flames behind it and everything. Okay. And it's fucking, because you're out of your mind. Because people will just come up to you and be like, "Hey, smoke this." And you're like, "Okay." And you just smoke it. Or they'll hand you a jug and you go, "Here, take a drink of this." And you just take it and you're like, "Okay." And then, so by the time you get to where you're going, you're already fucked up. Right? Okay. And so there was one night, we were looking for this one camp, couldn't find it, and we kept walking into these camps going, "Hey, man, do you know where Deflator Mouse camp is?" And they're like, "No, but drink out of this." And we're like, "Okay." So they're just passing this jug around, and we're standing in circles just drinking. And then I was like, my buddy was like, "Oh, this reminds me of one time where this girl just came up and handed me a jug, and I was drinking it. She was like, 'That's Everclear.'" And we're all like, and they were like, "Yeah, this is Everclear." And we'd already killed a whole gallon of it, and we're working on it, and we're like,
Christ.
"Oh God, no!" Right? So, and it was a 2-mile walk back to our campsite. So now I'm drunk as shit, and I'm walking down this trail. It's the middle of August in Pennsylvania, and I'm thirsty as fuck and drunk, and I see in front of me on the trail, there is a bottle of water. right?
Okay.
And there's a spotlight, like like shining on. You could see like the
Sounds
fucking,
like a trap.
yeah, well, you could see like little drops of condensation come. I'm like, oh my god, this fucking wine. And I got up to it and I looked at it and I was like, I don't trust this bottle of wine. And then as soon as I reached for it, it went whoop up into the air, and there was a guy sitting on one of the walls with a fishing pole and a spotlight. And he was like, I got another one.
That's brilliant.
That is perfect.
That's utterly
That
brilliant.
is fucking perfect.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, so if you ever get the opportunity to go to Penzig, definitely go.
All right.
Wow.
I would just
that,
go to
that
be a-
sounds
I would-
like a dot-comedy trip.
It does.
We need to make our own clan. Be acid.
Oh,
Get our asses kicked.
that seems like it would be hilarious and fun. And
I'm not going to fight. I'm going to make.
Well, yeah,
make
there's
mischief.
people that go just to hang out.
Well, you're going to be a human shield. We all know you're wrong.
Blue plays the sacrificial lamb no matter what he does in life. But we're going to take a break on the Dot Comedy Podcast.
We just send you in to spring the trap.
And we're going to get into some more crazy shit
Whatever.
going on in the world. But we'll be back in a minute on the Dot Comedy Podcast.
Trap boy.
Me and Tekanina, we love those. It's something about the shows. Make them take off their clothes like, look at those.
And this segment of the Dot Comedy Podcast is brought to you by www.dotcomedy.us. That's right, dotcomedy.us. Visit us to see what's going on in our world, the Dot Comedy Podcast. All things going on with Dot Comedy, upcoming shows, the Dot Comedy Podcast. Anything we have going on, you can find right there at dotcomedy.us. And we're back on the Dot Comedy Podcast. I'm DJ Marcus. What'd you say, Joey?
You know that website doesn't exist anymore, right?
It does.
Nope.
I'll Google it, but I'm pretty
No,
sure.
it's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone. Because the .com, because I have Outlook, and I had the .com email into my Outlook, and one day, I think it was last week, it just said, put in your password. Put in the password. Nope.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah,
So the website's gone.
Website's gone.
we stopped funding that. But
Huh?
you can go to Facebook and like the Dot Comedy Podcast on Facebook and follow us there for updates on shows and podcasts.
There's
so
that.
if you're tuned in and you're listening right now and you're having a fun time,
There's
please
5 people.
follow Paige.
Yes.
Just click the follow button, all 5
Yeah,
of you.
Yes.
There's 6 people right now who's watching. All 6 of you. Click the like button, please.
Click like, click follow.
If you have not done so already.
Or minimize this while you're masturbating.
Yeah.
Have
You
it
might
playing
wanna
in the
do that.
background.
Yeah. Here, I'll provide new audio for your porn. Oh, you're so big. Oh, I'll put it in there. That's swell.
What porn are you watching?
Oh, lady porn.
Gotta be-
Would you like a Werther's? Oh, yes. Fuck me like a check for $5.
Thank you, Grandma. Can I have another? Oh, man. But we are the Dot Comedy team of DJ Marcus, Joey LaFaro, Big Bad Blue.
job, laddie?
And our guest this week, Mr. Tommy Sinbazo.
Would you get a gummer? Like, if there was a girl, like, she was hot. Well, I mean, no, because hot trumps everything.
Yeah.
She was about a 6 or a 7.
5 or 4.
Yeah,
you
I
would
think
get,
4.
yeah, if 4.
4. Would I get a gummer from a 4?
Yeah.
Well,
You don't have to tell us about it later.
I don't know if my girlfriend is still watching. It's probably time for her to go
See,
to sleep.
that's the rub.
Yeah, that's the rub. I don't know.
Well,
know.
I mean, what if your significant others lost all their teeth in a horrible accident?
Oh, I'd let her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, at that
Well,
point, she's not.
We're in love. What do you expect?
Would you put your dick in a glory hole at an old folks' home?
No. That's how you come back with dentures on your dick.
I feel like we know somebody that would.
Blue,
Nope.
Jesse.
Jesse,
Jesse definitely will.
Jesse, and
Jesse.
Ben.
Yeah.
Here's the
Jesse.
thing. Here's the thing. Ben does not. Jesse does not like Ben, but Ben and Jesse probably are in the same places 90% of the time.
They're on either sides of the glory
Yeah.
hole.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Ben's on one side. The guy's in the middle.
It's a guy in the middle.
Whoa,
And
whoa.
then
There's a
And then-
smooth young Latin
Tranny's
boy.
in the middle.
Tranny's in the
okay.
middle, and then Jesse's on the other side with the other wall. So there's the double hole glory.
I like
hole.
how in your version of the glory hole, it was a woman, no matter what, was on the other side of that hole.
Woman, man, tranny, whatever. Thing with a mouth.
Thirsty camel.
Blue's the one in the middle.
Blue's in the middle.
Nope.
Blue is that tranny. He just holds one in one hand. He's like, get it all over my
Would
face.
you put your dick in the glory hole at a petting zoo?
No.
Oh fuck no. That's how you get.
Look at this little worm.
That's how you get the
Ooh,
chopped
it's
off.
soft.
That's how you get it
Oh, my
getting off.
goodness.
Jesus
Now,
Christ.
Tommy, I'm going to ask you this question. Have you done either one of those things?
So what's up next we're going to talk about?
Well, speaking of boobs,
You did it on Sin Night.
yes.
I'll tell you. Can I tell you a quick story about
Sure.
Sunlight? One year we were Ragnarok, which is a foam fighting week-long thing, right? We ran it one year. It was our job, our group's job to put all the parties together. So we decided to do a Sin Night. Well, every year there was a Sin Night. Our idea for the Sin Night was if you did a sin and told us about it at the party, you would get a little metal ring. And whatever man and woman had the most rings at the end of the night became the king and queen of Sin Night.
Okay.
What we did not know was how filthy these nerds were going to get. I saw a girl get bukkakied on a fucking hill in the middle of a field. And this girl was leading.
How was she on a hill in a field?
Because there was a field, right?
Okay.
And then a hill that led off of this thing, right?
Okay.
And so she's leading a train of 5 guys. She's like, come on up this hill. Get it. And she laid on the ground. She's like, pull your dicks out. And so these guys are trying to jerk off on her, and she's screaming, more men! More men!
Oh my!
This is all
God.
by moonlight, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
It had to be.
Yeah.
Bright
Good
moon.
time.
What is going on with this
What?
world, man?
Yeah.
I thought like parties that. I
It's
don't
the-
even
here's
have a good equivalent. Our community doesn't have that equivalent.
It's the nerdy ones that are always the freakiest, though.
You know,
Here's the thing: when he's
not even like Martin Luther King's birthday.
That's
Form
what
the
Freak
human
Nick-
centipede.
That's what Freak Nick was previously. Yeah.
We're gonna form a human centipede. Go, freedom train.
Oh fuck!
oh my
You just killed DJ Mark.
Oh, Jesus. So I pictured this has got to be one of those episodes of Castle or something where they have some murder they have to solve.
Yeah.
And they go, what the fuck is going on here?
There was a castle there.
Oh my goodness! But Jesus, man, you guys are special.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never heard some. I've actually heard of it. I've seen it on the internet. You've seen it in real life.
What's in
Is it real life kink.com?
when the American Pie movies when the girl was like, one time at band camp.
Yeah.
Well, it's one time with a bunch of nerds.
In the woods.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is role models was not at all accurate.
They actually consulted one of the guys from Darkon was the consultant for
Okay.
role model. It's not that fun. The reason I don't do it anymore is a lot of those people are fucking weirdo douches.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Sounds right. Oh man, but Joe, what's going on in the world? I mean, the world is full of craziness. Something came across the desk, and it came across the dotComedy news desk, and came from Big Bad Blue. And usually
Usually my stories suck.
Usually his stories suck because Blue usually sends us gay stories about how 5 guys fucking 4 guys, and they got caught by 2 guys who were in relationships with the 4 guys. That's the type of shit Blue sends us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's math.
I'm glad you used the term gay in an appropriate way.
Yeah. Not just gay abstractly. It's really gay. But this week, Blue threw something into the world that I didn't know was a thing. Christmas boobs. Now, Christmas boobs to me would be anybody who goes to a company corporate Christmas party wearing one of those ugly T-shirts. Those are Christmas boobs to me.
Okay, so you mean boob as in an asinine person?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I thought when he was saying that.
Christmas boob.
Because
it's
I
titties
thought-
that come out at the Christmas party
See, but
on top of the copy machine.
Yeah.
yeah. I was thinking of having a no holds barred Christmas party at my job, but I was like, damn it, we don't close early enough for us to get reckless enough to do something like that.
we had a happy hour today, and there was actually alcohol in the building. I was shocked.
Say word, son. You work
In
at a
the-
school.
In the building, yeah, I work at an educational company.
He works at an online school.
Oh, well.
Well, he's
Okay.
online.
Yeah,
It's,
it's
basically porn.
Yeah.
And this chick at the chick came on the microphone toward the end of it. It was like, "What the fuck's about to happen?" And then she was like, "Last call." We were all like, "Boo! It's 6 p.m. You suck."
Oh man, but Christmas boobs are a new trend this year. I'm guessing this year in years past.
Well, I could have sworn I've seen pictures of it last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's where you get the ugly Christmas sweater, and then like it's like a reindeer on one side, and then you cut the boob out of the other side, and you make a reindeer nose with your boob
With nipple.
with the nipple, and the nipple is actually the red nose of Rudolph.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm okay with that part. I don't have a single issue with that part. The issue I have is that when I type in Christmas boobs, how many dudes show up doing the same thing on man tees? I have an issue with man tees because I have them, and I don't expose these to anyone. I don't even go to the pool without a shirt. I'm that guy.
Does your girlfriend see him?
Oh yeah, she sees them.
Okay.
I'm happy with her seeing them.
I'm looking at this.
That means fun stuff's about to happen.
This article on a site called pizzabottle.com.
Pizza bottle.
Reputable news source.
Reputable news source. And
They're actually allowed at the White House press briefing.
it's like one artsy craftsy tit. Like just with Google eyes.
Yeah.
Well,
and
you want to
tinsel.
you want to sort of like move that over to the other screen so our viewers, so the people
No.
who are viewing,
No.
Oh, you think you'll get blocked?
I don't know.
This is
It
how
might.
this is how Facebook bans the dotComedy podcast.
Yeah.
We already had that one episode where we got in trouble.
Yeah, we got a
Oh,
little
that is
issue.
true.
Yeah. We're not playing Despacito anymore.
Nope.
Nothing by Bruno Mars or fucking what's that little bastard's name?
I have no
El
idea.
Bieber.
Justin Bieber. Nothing about Justin Bieber or Bruno Mars can be played on dotComedy podcast
Yep.
anymore. Because there's too many fucking rights, I guess. I guess they've got their
Oh,
rights.
they were like, "How dare you?
how dare you play us? I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
How are all of these Rudolph? Like every
It's
single
only Rudolph.
Yeah,
Always
all
Rudolph.
It's either Rudolph or I think I've seen one.
No, they
that was
all
like-
have red noses. They're Rudolph. Either
Yeah,
that.
because you have to have a pasty.
Well, I don't. Here's the thing. I don't
What
know.
what if it's an old lady and it's a chimney or a stocking?
And like Santa's feet are dangling out the bottom.
I'm looking-
That'd be
that's what I'm
hilarious.
saying.
Oh,
That'd be
they make
funny
her
as shit.
tit look like the leg from A Christmas Story, the leg lamp.
Some of them have this like
Fragile lamp.
red tinsel thing. It looks like there's like its mouth stuffed with it, which looks really weird.
What if they just painted Rudolph on their chest so it looks like the reindeer's flashing its tit?
I'm waiting for one of them to have like a light on the end, just like
Yeah.
Flashing light.
Like
like how does that light up? There's no wire. You're just wondering.
Like her nipple gets hard. It's like a motion sensor underneath. Her nipple gets hard and it lights up.
Oh, you push
Nipple power.
Yeah.
It pushes a sensor in the back.
It's got like a what's it called? It's got like a pressure sensor on the back of it.
Momentary switch.
There you go.
It's working off of BTUs.
That's how a lot of people get electrocuted. I pretty much see that happening. A lot of women at Christmas parties get electrocuted.
Because
Some
they're
drunk
like, hold on, let me plug in my tit.
Marge from accounting is plugging in her tit so she can keep going around the room with mistletoe above everybody, just drunk.
The pasty's just an electrode. They just like wait a minute and they hook it up to the stereo and it just like plays to the beat.
By the way, that is the one thing that you should not have at a Christmas party this year.
What?
Is mistletoe.
Oh, no, yeah.
No more mistletoe. No more mistletoe at the office Christmas
Fuck
party.
that.
From now on, you're just hanging a consent form.
Yeah, hang consent forms. If you sign off on it, I get to kiss you.
Yep.
You got to sign it, or else
Sign it.
No holiday cheer if you don't sign this line.
But it's the president of the company, and I want to move up, so he has power over me. I have to sign it. I have to sign it,
that's
and
what's
then
gonna
I'll
happen.
complain about it later.
I was forced to sign this to get a promotion.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? Oh my goodness, our world. Why the fuck do we live in this world?
But you know you're going to hear about that beginning of the new year.
of
How many
course.
people are being fired from companies for inappropriate behavior at the holiday?
Oh God, yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad. I'm glad the Christmas parties at my store at the company I work for. I work for Walmart, and
I've heard of them.
Yeah,
We'll start up.
our company for the most part we have potlucks.
Okay.
So everyone just brings food and sits it in the break room, and maybe you eat, maybe you don't. But at the end of the day, no one sits in there and talks to each other.
I'm happy that a good 99% of the women at my company are postmenopausal.
There you go.
So it's not
It's a win-win.
happening.
That's interesting because I work for Lowe's
Uh-huh.
and they're renting out the ballroom at the Pooks Hill Marriott, and they're closing the store early.
Oh,
Shit's gonna go down.
it's going down for real.
Yeah,
So
How many people getting planked that night?
I have no idea.
Who's bringing out the lumber then?
So I scrolled down on this pizzabottle.com website, and one of the articles says dickinis are now a thing, and no one knows how to feel about them.
What is this thing? What is this
Is
site?
it just like a sock that you put your dick and balls
No,
in?
it's like a
No,
it's like a bikini, but it's got dicks going
the
up.
dickkini. Yeah.
the
I
real
forgot.
dickkini.
Yeah,
God,
it's
I
like-
ordered my mom one of those.
It's green with glitter.
Yeah, they're sparkly,
Yeah.
which scientists are now saying, please stop using glitter.
Yeah.
You are ruining the planet. Because
Is that true?
it's little pieces of plastic that don't biodegrade, so it all just ends up in the ocean, and then you got stripper fish.
It's got metal shards. It's awful.
Yeah,
Oh my god, that is horrible. Damn it.
Yep.
I like
the
glitter.
worst thing you could possibly do is
I do
glitter
not.
bomb someone.
Actually, I like glitter. I like glitter because, well, I'm praying right now that my girlfriend is not watching.
I think she is.
Do you think she is?
Tiara.
No.
I think
No?
everybody.
Thank you.
You're racist.
Thank you for being racist right now. I appreciate that. But I'd go to a strip club, right? And like when you go to a strip club at certain hours of the night, they're all tired, so they're just being lazy when they're there anyway. So they're just laying on top of you.
Nice.
So that's when you get all the glitter on your whole face,
I
and
don't
your
want
shirt,
that. I
and
don't
your
want-
body.
I don't. You
Yeah,
don't.
no,
Want to, yeah,
I don't
you don't
want
want to go to a strip club, and she's like, "Here, let me give you some proof you were here."
Yeah, here's
And I went there
the
one
evidence.
night. I went there one night, right? And I got off work.
Yeah,
that
you
night.
did.
And then I went to the strip club. And then I went home and I was like, all right, let me take a shower. I didn't shower. I showered good enough in my pits, taint, and ball area.
Yeah.
But I didn't shower. I didn't wash my face well enough. So I got to work and there was just glitter all over my fucking
How
face.
did you miss that?
I don't know how I missed it. I was
You-
still
and you
fucking
have a-
tired. I didn't
you
leave the
have
strip club till 2 a.m.
You have a mirror in your bathroom. You know that, right?
I shower with the lights off. I truthfully do.
He loves the dark. I come out of like in the morning, like, and everything is pitch black, even though it's like 10 a.m.
Yeah, the shades are drawn. All the lights are off. I don't like light around me really.
I can't. Like,
You a
I like
vampire?
to take baths.
No.
I like to take baths, and I can't bathe. I can't bathe in the dark because I have a childhood fear of a shark coming out.
I can see that. Oh my goodness! What else is going on in the world?
That's when
Joey?
you feel a hand and you turn the light on and there's blood in the tub.
Yeah. Oh,
It's Freddy. Freddy Krueger coming to snatch you.
Yeah.
You go to sleep.
glitter covered fish.
Freddy the stripper.
Freddy.
Stripper Freddy.
Oh my
The
goodness!
glittery claw coming out of the water.
Just a Michael Jackson glove.
Oh my god.
We need to make that sketch.
You do. Oh my god, that could be hilarious. That could go far. That could go viral, Joey. But you know what else can go viral?
What's that?
The fact that Disney and Fox are very, very close. Mama, I'm coming home. to making a deal where Fox sells off their entertainment division to Disney Corp.
So if they can stop doing that awful Gifted show.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Of these shows, which would you rather watch, Gifted or Inhumans?
They're both awful.
Yeah,
and
but-
Humans already got canceled.
I watched Flash, and The Punisher was good.
Yeah,
Punisher's really good.
Netflix they're batting like
a
90.
million on that.
No, because
Iron Fist.
Iron
was-
Fist
Iron Fist,
fucked up.
Iron Fist wasn't very good.
I didn't watch Iron Fist, but everyone keeps telling me how bad it is.
It
But then I
was.
look and I go, okay, it's still a Marvel show. How bad could it truthfully be?
Watch
It
it.
was.
It's pretty bad.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take a look at it. All right, so Netflix. I mean, not Netflix.
He's so bad he almost ruined Defenders.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah. Why? They must have been like, okay, we're going to air this and then make this character the main focus of the Defenders.
Yeah.
So he was the focal point.
Ugh.
It was really, really bad.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler
Although
alert.
it was cool to see Iron Fist fight Daredevil.
That was pretty cool.
I did
Yeah.
like that.
That was
Okay.
pretty cool.
There was even like a white privilege conversation with him and Luke Cage
Yeah.
in the middle of that.
Yeah.
But now, if this deal goes through, Marvel gets back Fantastic Four,
Boom.
they get back X-Men.
Boom.
They get back with that. They'll get with the Fantastic Four. They'll get Silver Surfer. They'll get
Doctor Doom,
Galactus,
the Skrulls.
Yes, they get everything.
Yeah.
Except for Spider-Man. Spider-Man, Sony still has them, but they have a working relationship with them. Which this, if that goes through, Kevin Feige said it will totally change how their direction for Marvel movies.
Oh, it has to. It has to because one. Even if I'm surprised the Fantastic Four thing didn't happen earlier, considering how bad
the only reason why they kept making movies was so that they could keep holding on to the license because it had a thing where you had to have one movie come out like every 10 years or something, or the license defaulted back to Marvel.
Okay.
And so that's why you had the Roger Corman movie in the 80s. You ever see that?
Yeah, I think it is.
It was absolutely garbage, and there's an actual documentary about it called "The Movie That Was Never Meant to Be Made." Okay. And all the actors and everybody, like when all the funding dropped out of it, people were they would go to their own editing houses and work on their own time to edit this movie together to get it done. And like the studio had no intention to ever release this. movie.
Wow!
That's great.
That's However, I am sort of hopeful for the new Dark Phoenix movie.
Yeah,
I saw they just released the first pictures.
Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, I think it's the Jean Grey. I think it's
Phoenix Saga.
Yeah.
It's the first like Jean Grey movie movies. And
they said they're going to do instead of Wolverine, they're going to do Jean Grey movies.
I have no idea, but
well, it's just the next storyline they're going to do with the X-Men, which it's going to be. They're doing. Fox has 3 rated R X movies coming out next year.
I think triple X movies.
They have Deadpool 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have X Factor, and they have I can't remember what the third one is. Is that rated R?
Is it that
I think
stupid horror movie?
No,
that's the X Factor one.
Oh,
but
this
that one looked weird.
This one's with Sony. Sophie Turner is playing.
Yeah. She's
Jean
played
Grey in Phoenix.
She's played Jean Grey in the past 2 movies.
Oh, she did.
Yeah,
the past 2 movies.
Yeah. In
Apocalypse.
I know she was in Apocalypse.
I didn't know.
No,
that.
You know what? You're right. Just the other one.
Yeah, because I don't remember seeing her Jean Grey character in Days of Future Past.
No.
So, but that's the only one I've seen. I haven't seen Apocalypse yet.
So, from what I heard, that those movies will probably go on unchanged, but they're probably Disney's not going to let Deadpool run the same way that it's been going.
Oh, they have to though.
I know that's what makes it. But Disney's not going to be like you can't have him breaking someone's collarbone and titty fucking their shoulder blades.
Yeah, and they can't
Did he
put
do
him.
No,
They want to.
He didn't do that
in this fanfic.
If they want to put him in anything with Spider-Man, then they can't definitely.
Yeah.
Although that would be a great.
But it also, Hugh Jackman said the only way he would come back as Wolverine is if he got to do it in a movie with the Avengers.
Okay.
And so, but all the Avengers, those guys, their contracts are up at the end of.
I think.
Well, they could easily.
I think it's at the end of Infinity War.
Yeah, which Infinity War's broken into 2 movies.
Yeah.
Is it 2 movies?
Yeah. Which will probably means that everyone's going to die at the end of.
It seems like they're setting that up for everyone to die. Because I've seen a lot of.
Even in the comics, the Infinity Gauntlet, that storyline, the whole thing is that Thanos is trying to make a tribute for death, the embodiment of death that he loves. And so he gives her a tribute of killing pretty much 95% of the population of the universe.
Okay.
And then the next part of the comic book is them bringing everybody back.
Oh, okay.
So that's probably how that's going to go.
So to get death on their side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which it's another weird thing with because I read all the Deadpools, and Deadpool, since he dies so often and comes back, well, he dies temporarily, so he has this relationship with death, which it's this skeleton head on like this fucking 10 body.
Yeah.
And they're always like about to like make out and everything, and then he comes back to life. And Thanos wants to fuck death.
Okay.
There was actually the line at the end of the first Avengers movie where the guy
So
tells
it's like
him,
Bluto and Popeye and olive oil.
Oh my god.
So in the comics, not only does Deadpool have a healing factor that brings him back, but Thanos cursed him with immortality so that he could never be with death.
Ah.
He's totally cockblocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he could be with death. Death just has to hang around.
Yeah.
But who wants death?
Would you get a blowjob from a skeleton head?
No.
Nope.
No.
Would you put your
I
dick
can't
in
say
a
Ghost
glory
Rider.
hole?
I can't say Ghost Rider could suck my dick. I cannot say Ghost Rider would suck my dick. It's just my thing.
That movie, yes, can suck my dick.
And the
Ghost
crazy thing
Rider?
is-
No.
Who has the rights to Ghost Rider? 'Cause didn't I hear they were
Marvel.
going to? I
No,
thought they were
I
going to
think,
try
I think
to
it's
do another.
Fox.
Well, there's a whole nother there's a whole bunch of other aspects to this that are weird. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but Hulu's part is like 30% owned by Disney, 30% owned by Fox, and so now Disney, with the purchase of Fox, gets 60% of Hulu. So now they have the controlling Hulu. That's another side effect of this.
Well, if
That just
that's when they
means-
turn Hulu into the Disney network.
Yeah.
Well,
Which
they
is
already
what they-
have. They
which is
already.
what-
Go ahead.
I was going to say, which is why they're probably planning on pulling all their Disney stuff up at Netflix. They're probably just going to move everything over to Hulu.
Or they.
Wow.
I thought they
That'd
were
be
just going to
easier.
do. Yeah, they. But they already have the Runaways, which is a Marvel comic on Hulu,
Yeah.
Okay.
which is pretty good.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. It's one of those situations where you look at it and go, okay, from a business standpoint, it would make sense for them to buy the entertainment branch of Fox, because then they go, okay, we don't have to create a brand new platform. Hulu's on everyone's, or it's on like 20% of the population's. Fucking,
Yeah, we got it. We're not a cable family.
Yeah, it's one of those things where Hulu's the bastard stepchild of Netflix and regular TV.
Yeah.
Because Hulu got on my fucking nerves because the interface was horrible.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
now, especially now they revamped it, and it's even worse.
Yeah, it used to be good.
Yeah,
It used to be really good.
Hulu used to have some great shows on it that were, well, not. I think they were all like CBS and Fox shows that were
Well,
just went straight there, because New Girl was only on Hulu.
yeah, and now the
We're
Mindy
on-
Project
yeah.
is only on there,
Oh, really?
which my fiance loves that.
Okay.
But they also do a lot of their exclusives, like what was that? What Deadbeat was
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Deadbeat
was funny. I watched like 3 episodes of it.
we watched. We're all caught up.
I never got all the way into it because I canceled Hulu.
I like that that actor, that Zach or Zeb or whatever his name
Yeah.
is. That he's a good actor.
Okay, so Joey, what else is going on in the world, man?
Well, I have one more quick hit on this.
Okay.
So here's the other funny part of this too. So Disney owns ESPN, Fox owns FS1 and all the Fox regionals. So Disney's going to buy all the regional sports, but they don't want FS1. And the funny part about that is FS1, when they were trying to compete with ESPN, went and hired all the people ESPN fired, like Colin Cowherd and Skip Bayless. So now they're like, yeah, we don't need that property. We already fired those guys. We don't need them.
We don't need them back. Fuck those guys. That's all they're sitting there in their ivory tower going, fuck those guys. We don't need that.
Yeah.
We'll need that headache back. But what else is going on in the world, Joe?
Well, recently, there was a big viral situation with this chick who is an Iranian girl who supposedly had 50-some surgeries to try and look like Angelina Jolie. It came out looking more like the girl from Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
like
Corporate
Corporate
Bride, yeah.
Bride.
I was thinking Crypt Keeper.
Yeah, that too. She looked like every. Who's the director of Nightmare?
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
Yeah, she looked like whatever Tim Burton has to imagine in his head to climax.
Yes,
Yeah.
basically. 'Cause that's every
Yeah.
female in his movies looks just like that. And she looked so. And then
He's
found
still
out.
masturbating to that right now.
Well, I always used
That
to
or
say
Helena
like,
Bonham Carter.
why doesn't Tim Burton just cut through all the bullshit and make a movie called Johnny Depp Bangs My Wife?
Yep.
Because I think he wants it so bad. but come to find out, this whole thing was fake.
Yes, thank God.
Thank all the Jesuses that anyone worships, because I was like, who would do this?
Yeah.
Now I did see the real plastic surgery, that chick who wanted to be black.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I think she was like French or something.
No,
German.
German.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
actually one of those big tit actresses.
Yes.
And Russ Meyer, who was a famous B-movie director back in like the 50s and 60s and whatever, he was famous for hiring just big, busty women.
Yeah.
And now he has a new movie coming out. And before she got the black operations done, this woman is in it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Before she got that, now she's out.
I don't know what she's a lunatic. Have you seen the one where they're interviewing her on some news show?
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, I'm going to have the surgery for my hair. And they're like, but it takes more than that to be black. She's like, no, I'm going to have the surgery.
Yeah, she was justifying how she's gonna become black because of this, and the only thing I could think of was Rachel
I was
Dolezal.
about to say that.
But then I went,
French Rachel Dolezal.
but then I went, wait a minute, Rachel Dolezal didn't even go that hard.
Can they send her, her to talk to her? Like,
You don't
Just-
want those two getting
Here's
into the
thing.
same room
Her and Rachel
together.
Dawes all get in
Yeah.
a room, and then Rachel just looks at her and goes, "This shit not gonna work out for you. This shit is not gonna work out for you."
Yeah, I think it would be funny to watch them have a fight. Like, like I know I'm the white chick who turned black. Like there could only be one. Like, no, you're both wrong.
If
but it'd be
celebrity
funny-
death match still existed,
Yes.
that would be a fight.
I don't
That
think
would
they
be
would
great.
fight. I think they would bond
probably
and
will.
just
They
be the
probably will.
worst stereotype
No,
ever.
here's the thing. I'm thinking it's going to be sort of like the gatekeeper and the keymaster, and they're just going to unlock Zool.
No. I think Rachel Dolezal would be all trying to act like, because she at least has like been around black people.
So you should.
She's like, you don't know the black experience.
This
like
is
I do."
offensive to my people.
I think she's gonna. Yeah, I think she would have that take because the other chick clearly has no clue. She's just
clue.
trying to look like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think she's. It'd be funny to watch them both try to call each other a poser.
You have not
That
had
would be
these
hilarious.
surgeries.
I did the surgeries like titty slaps her. Wham!
I would still have sex with her.
That's gigantic tits.
I
I don't
would
know
have
if I
sex
could have
with her,
sex with her.
And I would count it as having sex with a black woman.
I would not.
Well, you technically did. You just didn't have sex with an African American woman. You had sex with a black woman.
Yes.
But you didn't have sex with an
I'm like,
African
this
American.
works. I fill in that
Check
check
that
box.
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 Check that box. Oh man, but
Just need Asian and Escobar.
You should talk to Jesse Rivas.
well,
Is
for
he-
Asian, Jesse Rivas would be your
yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
I had a friend that she only dated Asian guys, and I was like, how great must it be to be able to select who finds you attractive?
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's like I only date black women. What?
Well, that's
How do you
isn't
get
that
to
Joey?
choose?
Well, that's Joey.
That's Joey. Yeah.
Only date. Well,
Now you do.
that's my preference.
Well,
And
because you can't go back. Remember?
yeah, it's pretty much.
Remember that was on the turnpike.
I've
Yeah.
been
Once
disowned.
you went black,
Haven't you
can't
heard Mayor's Act?
Yeah.
It's true.
go- Rob Mayer is your dad.
Basically.
It's weird. Shout out to Rob Mayer, the bastardized father of Doc.
He's our murder mystery dad too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, but
Rob, you created this.
but
This is
Joey-
all Rob's fault.
Yeah.
All Rob's fault. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most aspects of my life are because Rob Mayer did something.
Yeah. This is all because he ran open mic in Rockville.
Rob
Yes.
Mayer gave me my first 20-sided die. I was like, you should play D&D.
Oh my goodness. But Joey, in this week's Me Too news, hashtag Me Too, spreading around the world, and who's the newest? Okay, I can't say victim.
I don't know about newest.
Who's in the news now?
Maddie Lauer's the hot topic.
Yeah, Matt Lauer,
Matt Lauer and Al Franken.
Al Franken. Al Franken's quitting because
Al
of it.
Franken's quitting, resigning. John Conyers is resigning from Congress.
Mhm.
There was another guy.
Garrison Keillor got fired.
So
Yeah.
there was a report about Matt Lauer that he had like this button under his desk that would
Yeah.
lock the door.
Yeah.
Oh my!
We have that in the dotComedy studios.
Those buttons, there's no justifiable reason. You can't just, like, give me that bad guy button.
Like a remote, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a remote door locking button. Like,
The
what was
only-
that? Don't worry about
Don't
it.
worry about that.
The only justification you could have for wanting that the bad guy button is literally if you're going to put a trap door
Yeah.
in your floor.
Well, no, that's the only other worst button you could have in your office is a trapdoor
There's
button.
two buttons: the trap door and the wall lock.
Well, here's
How
the
mad do you think Bill O'Reilly is right now?
Oh,
from
God,
that
he
time
is
that
so
Matt Lauer
pissed.
grilled him.
But he's
thing.
not-
so pissed off.
He's not mad. I actually heard an interview with Bill O'Reilly earlier today, and he's not mad because him and Matt
He's just
Lauer.
disappointed.
He's just disappointed.
Just disappointed.
He's like, I thought better of him. He you don't know what is true and what's not, because again, he still has to fight that whole. I didn't do it. So everyone is innocent until proven guilty in this world.
Yep.
Even though he's been proven guilty 19 times.
But there was.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing.
And John
I would
Oliver skewered Dustin Hoffman.
Oh yeah,
too.
there was Dustin Hoffman too.
For what?
Same stuff.
Same shit.
What Dustin Hoffman did?
touching
Touching people.
people.
Who's he
in an
touch?
appropriate way.
Apparently,
probably
like
ladies.
30 years ago though.
I'm gonna
It's
touch
like-
her. I'm gonna touch her really good. Touch her.
Yeah,
Who did Bette Midler call out?
It might have been Dustin Hoffman.
Was it Dustin?
Definitely touch her back. Definitely.
I'm a Casanova. She
there was-
wanted it.
But there was
Hot water burn, baby. Why are you yelling that right now? I'm gonna touch you. I'm gonna touch you. I'm gonna touch you.
Touch you on a J.C. Penney.
What are you looking for, Joe?
Who did
I was
Bette
looking
Midler
for-
call it? Was it
so-
Dustin Hoffman?
Hoffman was accused for misconduct on the set of 1985's Death of a Salesman.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Wow, I like how I got really quiet after you said
But I
that.
mean,
Yeah.
Like Death of a Salesman was the movie that
Death of
that held all of us together.
Willie- yeah.
My world is shook.
I mean, come on, everyone here can identify with Willie Loman.
No.
Well, here's the thing. This all happened because there was a panel to celebrate the anniversary of the movie Wag the Dog for whatever fucking reason.
I think it was his 20th anniversary.
Yeah, but why is that a significant film?
I can't believe
It sort of is. It's but what's
It's a weird propaganda-ish film.
I've never heard it go, oh
It's not
yeah,
a
you
great
gotta
film.
see Wag the Dog.
No,
it's, it's actually
no one's
really,
favorite movie.
I mean, it's a good satire.
It looked interesting when I remember previews for it when I was little, but I never heard about it after that.
Yeah.
Never got around to watching it after that.
no one's
it's-
ever slipped me a copy of it. Like
Yeah.
this movie will change
I've seen
your
it.
life.
I saw it once.
It's no
I've seen
Lord
it
of War.
once.
Like
Lord of War is the greatest fucking movie ever.
I know.
When I was
See?
working at Blockbuster, I rented it, and it was pretty good. It's the same group of people who did Spinal Tap and what's the
Blue
dog
watched
show
it
one?
while he was trying to figure out
Best
his
in Show.
recommendations.
Yeah, Best in Show. No, I don't
Where
remember.
Blue had his recommendation wall, and he was like,
Yeah,
oh,
his
what's going on the
recommendation
recommendation
shelf.
wall?
No, it was
Jason's recommendation.
Blues picks.
But I mean, people
Brokeback
come-
Mountain.
No, it was like Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
It was Brokeback Mountain.
Did I
No.
see a thing saying that they're going to do an all-female remake of Brokeback Mountain?
I
Isn't
fucking
that
hope
every?
they do.
Isn't that every porno ever made?
I can't wait to watch that.
So there's just two chicks sitting in a tent going, "I can't quit you," and other guys go, "You can't quit her." Oh, I can't quit you either. That's the whole fucking movie. It's just guys beating off to that one scene.
They should call it Brokeback Valley at that.
Yeah.
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 Wow. But
Wow.
Joey, we're coming to the end of the show.
Oh, can we talk about the study about the shroom playlist?
Yeah, we can talk
That's.
about that.
I think that was. The
I
next
want to
topic.
hear.
That was the next
Yeah.
time.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
That was that's what we're going to get out of here. on.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it was okay. You bought it to us.
Okay,
We can
good.
talk about it.
Yeah,
okay. So what was the shroom playlist?
Yeah. Because I want to check it against my playlist.
I have a technical Blue.
Okay.
This
Well,
I'm
was
on it.
your.
I'm on it. Hold on a second.
basically, I
Bill
am
Richards
I am
from.
I'm an avid shroomer. All right, I go see all the big movies on shrooms. I make shroom tea. I get some people together. We then review it and release it as bonus content on our Patreon. I freaked out in the movie theater watching Star Trek Into Darkness. Lost my ever loving mind. I still can't watch that movie. But I
movie
did.
was dark.
Yeah. When we saw it on
Literally.
shrooms,
It was really
in
dark.
a theater packed with Trekkies.
Oh wow, I would have lost my fucking mind
Yeah.
sober on that one.
I just ended up holding some black guy's hand.
Have you ever been to Benji's Drive-In?
Yeah.
I took a girl to go see it there at the drive-in, and we couldn't figure out what was going on because literally the film was dark. Like you can't
Oh, yeah.
make out shapes. It's ridiculous.
Okay, here we go. So, it's a thing.
Is that on Spotify?
It's on Spotify.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, I can pull
It's
it up.
called
then.
Silent Simon Research, Johns Hopkins.
What do you got there? Flute Traveler.
You found this on Reddit, didn't you?
Sacred, not yes, I did.
No, you.
Sacred
'Cause I
knowledge.
found the Reddit post about it.
You did, yeah. That's how I found
But
it.
I had a watch that I could put music on,
Yeah,
and so my plan was if I ever freaked out, I had a playlist on there that would calm me down.
Okay.
First and foremost being the song "Fireflies" by Owl City, because there's no way you could hear and like have a bad trip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a lot of classical music.
I hate that
I
damn
can see
song.
that. Any dubstep?
I have no idea.
It doesn't look like
It
it.
does not look like it. Looks like it's mostly classical.
Did they say why? Did they say anything why this
Why?
is good? Like, does it activate like some beta band in your
It's not.
brain?
They're
or-
saying it's not a trippy playlist. You won't find anything psytrance or techno. This is coming from the Inverse website, inverse.com.
Mhm.
This just looks like not fun.
Instead, it's plenty of like Brahms, Vivaldi,
Actually, no. This
Mozart, and Bach.
Well, that's
Wait a
the
minute.
wrong
What
one.
is
That
a
can't-
Robert Shaw Christmas? Angels on High.
this is the list. The list I have here is more trippy.
Yeah, that's not.
This is
Who's that? Infected mushroom, the Sprangled.
We got LSD by A$AP
Listen to
Rocky.
a whole lot of love by Led Zeppelin.
Gotta hold on, love.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty.
But while tripping, like, is that 'cause one part of that song
It
that I
sounds
always
like
was
it.
like
you'd be high
the
listening to
break.
this.
Yeah.
the break in that song makes me like really.
That-
Yeah.
that'd
The
be
whole
good.
thing with like, even like what's it called? What's it called?
Hold on,
Pink Floyd's The Wall.
I'm getting a flashback just off this.
Dead Mouse 5 or Dead Mouse.
Dead Mouse. Dead Mouse.
Dead Mouse 5.
Black
Dead
eyes.
How is that Dead Mouse? Someone explain that to me, and I'll be happy.
You got to see his helmet.
Yeah.
I know he has a helmet that's
Yeah.
a mouse head.
The 5, it's leet speak. The 5 is an S.
Yeah.
Dead Mouse.
Speaking of dead mice,
However, they do have Here Comes the Sun.
I could see that.
Okay, so
Here Comes the Sun, Enya.
there's a lot.
There's a
Louis
guy
Armstrong.
called Mike Monday, and when I used to LARP, there were weekends where it was called
on the weekend.
it was called a camp. You don't do it Wednesday. No, but you would go to campouts, and with the foam fighting stuff, that would be when it was like D&D, where you had class powers, you could cast spells and stuff, and we would fight all day, and then go back to camp, wash up, and then just do copious amounts of mushrooms and just put on armor and wander off into the woods. But then
I'm surprised nobody died.
the come
People
down,
probably no
to
one
come
knew.
down off shrooms, my favorite thing to do is just sit in the dark in my tent, listening to music and jerking off. And there was a song called by Mike Monday.
literally come down.
Well, there was one time I had a buddy, because my favorite thing to do was to jerk off coming down from mushrooms, right? And my buddy, he got there late, and he was like, I didn't have time to put up my tent. And I was like, you know, man, you can just crash in my tent.
That sounds bad.
I won't do. I had plans, but whatever. You can just crash in my tent. So then later that day, he was like, "Hey, I'm going to crash in this other person's tent."
Okay.
But he'd already like put his cot in my tent and shit. He was like, "Yeah, I'm just going to crash in their tent, so I don't want to impose." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I go into my tent and I pass out. In the middle of the night, I wake up trying to pull my covers up, and I can't pull my covers. They're stuck on something, right? So now after pulling, my heart's racing. I'm already up. I'm like, well, better jerk off, right? So I jerk off, and then I'm like, and I pass out. In the morning, I wake up. The reason I couldn't move my blanket, his cot was on my blanket, and he was asleep at the foot of my bed. So I jerked off with this guy 3 feet away from
Yes.
Yeah, I told him. Of course, I woke him up and was like, hey, guess what I did?
Dude, I beat off on your back.
But I was only thinking, like, in the middle of the night, if I'm like, and I just hear, please stop that.
Oh, fuck.
Please stop jerking off.
On that note, we knew we wouldn't get to everything, Joey.
I know.
But you know what? We've got to the end of the dotComedy podcast,
We did.
and I'm happy to have Mr. Tommy Sinbazo join us this week.
Marcus, it's
It's been a pleasure, sir. Joey, anything you got coming up, man?
Like I said, next Friday at Beer Baron. I'm sorry, not Beer Baron. You have a show at Beer Baron.
I do have a beer
Again,
show.
my
Beer
shows and
Baron
his shows
tomorrow.
mixed up.
It's
Tomorrow.
called Almost Ladies. The show starts at 8-ish. And it's for a benefit.
Okay,
So it's
nice.
like, there's a mission.
Okay, are you going to be wearing a cod piece?
Not outside my clothes.
That's just protected underneath.
Yeah.
No, here's the thing.
I've always wanted to make a cod piece.
The first time I was on a show with Tommy was at you were in character. Oh, you were on the show. So
Which show was it?
this was a gosh, I can't remember his name.
Dave Schofer?
Dave Schofer production at Myth and Moonshine.
Oh,
And
yeah.
there was something where it was like, there's this guy who's this British guy. There's a picture of the guy who's like, I think he owns the pub,
Yeah.
and he's this British dude. And it was supposed to be like Union Jack or some ridiculous.
I did a character that I did. Magoobies did this. They tried to break the world record for longest comedy show, right?
Okay.
And you had to do at least 15 minutes. And so I had 3 shifts, and they were at like 3:30 in the morning or like 4 o'clock in the morning, maybe.
Okay.
So the first night I get there was only the minimum number of people you had to have there were 10, and there was 10 people there. So I did my set for 10 people.
Okay.
Right. Okay. so then I was like, well, fuck it. If there's not gonna be people here the next night, and I'm up at 4:00 in the morning, I'm gonna do a character. So I wore. I did like an 80s glam rock, and I was like Ricky Rude, hey baby.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
Ricky Rude.
Like I had on like tights, and I shoved a sock down the front. And so I get there, and now it's fucking packed. There's like 150 people there.
It's the end of the show now.
Yeah, so I got up there, and I was like, hey, I had planned on doing a character. So then I took off what I was wearing, and there was the Ricky Rude outfit. So then I would do Ricky Rude every now and then.
Oh, wow.
So I did Ricky Rude then. But now we put him in a murder mystery.
Oh, great.
So he's kind of retired at that point.
Okay.
It just was funny that was the first time we were on the show. And I was like, this is my introduction to Tommy Sinbazo. Was this character he's doing, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? He looks nothing like that photo. I'm confused, man.
Oh man, but yeah. So anything else you got going on, Tommy?
I got that Monday. What are we doing? Recording podcast Monday. Oh, you can go check out laughfinderpod.com to hear our podcast. And then what am I doing? Tuesday, I'm doing a Brock show at but you can only see it if you're a resident of that
Brock
apartment
Schneider
building.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Those Brock shows are hilarious. It's like,
Brock's got the thing
I'm doing a show, but then you go, yeah, but you can only see it if you live there.
Yeah.
It's like I'm doing a special show for these people.
Well, this one is actually the place you can actually see it from Arundel Mills Mall.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So, and then they're throwing the comics and after party at the casino.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool. That's pretty cool.
I'm a little mad I didn't get a call.
Yeah. You don't do comedy.
You don't.
I'm doing comedy next week.
Joey, you
haven't done comedy in 6
You're like
months.
a raconteur. Regular road dog over there.
Yeah, really.
Oh man, you got anything going on, Blue?
No.
I didn't think so. So you got the show on the
Next Friday at Fire Station 1.
Fire Station 1. Okay, so
This Friday, go see Tommy at Beer
Sinbazo at Beer Baron. Was it the Almost Ladies Night comedy?
Yeah,
show?
Almost Ladies Night.
I think I saw a promo for it on Facebook. That's what I'm remembering.
Yeah. Tommy Taylor Jr. is going to be there. CJ Burney, myself. You can also go to dielaughingproductions.com. We have 3 Christmas murder mysteries we're doing this year.
Okay.
The 19th, the 22nd, and the 23rd. 19th will be at DC Improv. The 22nd will be at Virginia Beach, and the 23rd will be at Magooby's Joke House.
Okay.
Awesome.
Right. Definitely, man. I'm trying to make it out to one of those because I've heard great.
Yeah,
things about
we need a guy. So I'll put your name in the hat for sound if you want.
Most definitely.
Nice.
Most definitely. You need me. You got me. You know where to find me. I'm here on the dotComedy podcast, and folks, I don't do anything regularly. So if you need a DJ at your event, at your bar mitzvah, I got Jewish music. Hava Nagila, I'm down.
So he's gonna need to load up on ominous tones.
Well, no, we're doing the new murder mystery is Michael Jackson themed.
Okay.
Nice.
So all the music is Michael Jackson.
I've got
themed.
plenty of Michael Jackson.
All the characters are based off Michael Jackson characters. And we are strictly saying there will be no pedophilia jokes. in this. We're punching up.
There you go. We appreciate it. But you know what, folks? I am DJ Marcus, and it has been a pleasure this week to be with you on the dotComedy podcast. And we're going to head out of here again. This has been fun. We'll see you next week. The dotComedy team will be back again. We're not taking a break until Christmas. So you like it. If we feel like it. We might not take a break. Christmas is on a Monday, so we might not take a break this year. But we'll see, folks. We'll see you next time on the dotComedy podcast.
Cut a nigga off, so don't get comfortable. Look, I don't dance now, I make money move. Say I don't gotta dance, I make money move. If I see you now, that means